good. What's this called again?
Oh, this? Oh,
Yeah.
This blue fizzy drink, huh? This
Yeah,
is called
this-
this is Sage's Brew. It's the special of the tavern called the Sage's Brew.
Man, it looks toxic. It glows. It's glowing.
Yeah, you might like poop out like blue stuff tomorrow. Like, not gonna lie, like, you might poop out like a live animal.
Oh man, why'd I let you take me to this college
But-
town in Queensgrove?
But it's good.
Come
It's
on,
good.
man.
It's good. Is it not good? Tell
It's
me
good.
it's
I mean,
Yeah.
look at this place. It smells, man. This is
Look.
BO. Who knew majors smelled so much?
not good. It's because they're always busy experimenting with shit, you know? Like they're
Yeah,
always
and they never take a bath. You know,
flinging magic. Yeah.
You just need to take a bath once a week. You know, is that too much to ask?
Yeah, they don't have a spell just to cleanse themselves, huh? Huh?
I guess they could
Stinkus deletus? Huh?
precipitation.
Okay, I can tell you're not a mage because you can't even say
Prestigitation.
prestidigitation.
Prestigitation.
Prestidigitation. Yeah, so they can clean themselves, but they're just lazy, huh? That's fucked. That's even worse than someone who can't clean themselves. Someone who can but chooses not to. That's fucked. Mages are disgusting. If there's a mage in the party, they're disgusting.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
Mages drinking blue. I don't know, glowing waste. It looks like waste from somewhere.
It probably is like toxic, like off spill from the academy, you know, like
Wouldn't be surprised if it was like came out of the ass of some like slug or something.
pretty sure that was a Futurama episode.
What's
Hey.
Futurama?
Huh? It's a novel. It's a play actually, by famous playwright, Fry.
All right, so session 3, we started. We're missing one player. We're missing Matt. So I was playing Ezekiel this time around. What did you? Well, first off, what did you think of that? What do you think of that? I think like I tried to keep him as an actual character because I don't know. It does feel a little bit weird when players are missing and their characters are just not there.
They get sucked into the pyramid of continuity.
Yeah, they just get sucked into that tiny pyramid of whatchamacallit. Anyway,
It's the plot.
glimmers of a past life.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I thought you played him pretty good. I think I
nice.
think the voice could use some work. You know, like I think I.
Oh well,
I
you know
prefer
what?
Matt's voice.
This is not my character. You know, I'm just taking over. I'm taking over.
I
not
prefer
practice.
Matt's voice, but your roleplay I think was on point. I think you did everything that Zeke would do. Protect the forest, don't murder animals, stuff like that. I don't know. I think you did it really well. I think, well, obviously mechanics wise, obviously you're not used to playing the character. You don't know what he can do or what he can't do.
Yeah.
I think there was probably a lot of missed opportunities for like him to like wild shape and do shit like that. Like if he was here, I think he'd actually do that. Like I don't know. He'd play his character more with the actual spells and stuff rather than just the roleplay stuff. But obviously you can't do that, and I think you did best with what you had.
Didn't the session take place over a day? Oh no, it didn't. It took place like over for a couple of days.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 days. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I was in the mindset that I was just saving the resources. Like I don't know when combat was going to come up, right?
Yeah.
So I'd just save all the resources until then.
Yeah. But also like the beta session, just fucking just spend it all on like dumb shit. Like actually, like I encourage you guys to spend it all on dumb shit, right? Like I think it's very Axia campaign mindset where you're like you're shirking perhaps chaotic fun in exchange for being better prepared for the next battle. And Axia, that's like that's the right thing to do. But in this campaign, like come on, you guys are fucking murdering everything. You don't need to save spells. Like combat wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. It's not hard. I don't think
it wasn't hard. No,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't hard. It really got hit.
It was good.
It really got hit.
It was good. Yeah. All right, we'll talk about it when we get there. But I think you played him.
But it was long though.
Yeah, I blame that on your shitty rolls. Honestly, not on me. I blame that on your shitty rolls. I can't affect your rolls.
Why do you immediately start playing the blame game? I just said it was long.
Yeah. I said I blame that on your shitty rolls.
You're getting defensive. Hey.
No, I just said I blame that. I'm getting offensive. I'm getting offensive. Fucking roll better.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Why are you getting offensive?
Because I can. Because I get to attack you guys for making that longer, huh?
But it wasn't our fault. The dice. We had bad juju.
Oh.
It was AK. Yeah, he rolled the nat 20 before the game started. That's it.
Yeah, as soon as you roll that 20, you're done. You're done. Your game's done. Honestly, every piece of bad luck from that point on, even if it's not your dice, it's still your fault. Don't pre-roll your dice. Don't pre-roll your dice. Actually, I have a small what's the word? I have a small issue with some stuff that happened. There were a few times in the session where people rolled before they were asked to, right?
Yep.
And obviously it's just because you're excited, right? Like I get it. But for the first time I was like, oh, yeah, that's fine. But then there was another time I was like, oh well, don't actually do this yet because reasons. Like for example, you guys did stealth, right? I prefer you guys to roll stealth when you're in the middle of stealthing, not at the start, like beforehand. So it's like you getting caught like while you're mid stealth and not, hey, I'm about to start stealthing, let me roll stealth now and then go do my stealthing, right? Because first of all, it'll affect your whether conscious or subconscious, it'll affect your decision making skills, right? Say if you roll bad on stealth, you're less. Well, some people would be less encouraged to go do some stupid stealth shit, right? And second of all, it just doesn't make sense to me, just gameplay wise. Honestly, I think it makes for a more immersive story that way. Do you agree?
That makes sense. Would have been good if you had an issue with it. Would have been good to tell us that that's how you wanted to play it.
Oh,
I forgot you realized?
Now,
you realized afterwards.
Yeah, in the moment I was like, oh yeah, I should probably do this, and then I just remembered right now. To be honest, it's not that big of a deal, which is why it's a small gripe. But like, I think next time I'll be like, hey, watch it, buddy. Also, I forgot to keep giving people fucking inspiration. That's a big deal. I should do that more often. That's on me.
I mean, even if you give people inspiration, they forget that they have it. You know?
Until they're like, hey, do we have inspiration? And then they're like, everyone's like, no. So yeah, I should award inspiration.
I feel like inspiration is such a non-factor.
I mean, it comes in clutch sometimes, you know, like when you need it, when you think about it, it's like, oh fuck yeah, inspiration! I forgot I had this, and then you're like, you get to go again, like death saving throws or like the final blow of a big enemy or something like that, you know. I think it's a big deal. I just forget about it.
Yeah, but I don't think we used it like that in Axia, like ever.
I think the problem is
because
I never gave it to you guys. I always forgot to give it to you guys, so I need to make a mental note, or actually like a real note, to start handing that out more often to reward that good roleplay, you know. And there
Would it be better to have like a different benefit instead of inspiration? Like, I don't know, you get a +5 to a roll or something like that.
What, instead of just straight up advantage? I think advantage is better than a +5. I guess it depends on your character, but
yeah, I just always felt that. I haven't always felt it. I just felt up until now, inspiration has never been it's never been that fun to get, right? It's just people, you give it out, people forget about it, and then they ask for it, ask if they have it, and then they roll with advantage.
Yeah,
I don't know. It should be it should feel like a reward for good roleplay. That's what it's given for, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That's my little gripe.
With the whole mechanic in general.
With the whole mechanic, I just think it's very lackluster and not all that rewarding.
I think baseline rules as written, I think it's lackluster in that you have to declare before. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong about this, but you have to declare beforehand, before you roll, that you want to use inspiration, then you roll with advantage, right? I think the way we do it is that you roll and then you're like, oh fuck, I rolled a nat 1, and then you're like, oh, I have inspiration, let me roll again. I think I honestly prefer.
So it's like a free luck.
Yeah, I think I prefer it that way, as a last chance savior type deal.
So it's a re-roll instead of an advantage.
Yeah, I think I prefer it that way, and that it's kind of like, if you want to look at it from a deeper gameplay perspective or like a role play perspective, you can kind of look at it as like fate smiling upon you, you know? Like I don't know, it's like you fuck up, but like all the good shit you've done recently and all that good karma you've built up is paying off in this weird second chance type deal. I don't know. That's kind of how I look at it. I don't know. Maybe that's it's just me. Hey, you played sequel.
We never have spoken about inspiration until now.
Yeah.
It just sort of has been a very minor thing, and it still is a minor thing.
It comes and goes, honestly. Like you forget about it until you need it, and then when you need it, you don't have it. So I don't know. It's such a weird side mechanic, but I don't know. I would like to implement it more often, to be honest.
Okay. So you got to remember to give it out more, and
Yeah.
it works like luck now. It works like luck.
I mean, we've always had it work like luck.
It's been. I remember it's been a bit. Bit of column A, bit of column B.
Yeah,
Like sometimes it's just like I'm gonna roll inspiration, so they get advantage, and then other times it's like, oh wait, shit, it was a bad roll. Do I have inspiration? You know?
Yeah, I think both ways is fine, honestly. I think I'd be happy with being able to use it both ways.
Both ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Shall we get into the session?
Yeah, we should get into the session. What happened? Tell me.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Well, first of all, there was a retcon for how long the party was dead for.
That's retconning. Disgusting behavior, honestly. Like any storyteller who retcons should actually just go die in a fire. Like just throw themselves off a cliff. Like to be honest, like
Hey,
that's just sign of bad writing.
hey,
Like,
it's all right. It's all right. Don't beat yourself up about it, man. It's all right. It's okay.
Were you okay with it?
I thought that was fine. I thought there's one niggling detail that it is, and it's very minor. It's
this is the fucking. What was Grandpa doing?
What was he doing? What was he doing? And what? Why didn't he get another platform saddle after 1 month? He had 1 month.
Because he's poor. He was
one
on the run because he was poor. They stole all his shit. He had to run away. He had to come back.
And then what was he doing then? What was he? He had 1 month to like get the money for another saddle. You know.
He had 1 month to like collect materials so he could revive you.
He spent that 1 month on his ass doing nothing.
He spent that 1 month collecting money so he could revive all of you.
Doing jack.
He was trying his best for his grandchildren, and you talk shit about him.
Man. He doesn't even do the bare minimum.
Hey, it's not his story. It's your story, okay? He knows that. He knows that from a meta perspective, and he knows that from a grandpa perspective, where he needs to let the children do their own thing. You know, he can't baby you all the time, huh? He can't baby you all the time.
He doesn't know that from a meta's perspective.
Yeah,
he's just a character. He's just the character.
He is an old man with a wealth of experience, and he knows that.
Okay. So he's got a wealth of experience. So he's got the experience to find a job and work his way up. Pull himself up by his bootstraps and get himself a platform saddle.
Yeah. No, he can't afford a platform saddle because he spent it all on reviving all of you.
But seriously, 1 month doing nothing.
1 month collecting money so he could revive all of you.
What's he doing?
He's collecting money.
Now he's collecting money. Okay. Yeah. You're just coming up with this on the fly.
Maybe he was talking to you and he didn't want to make you feel bad. Okay, he didn't want to make you feel bad.
Talking to dead people
later to feel bad that. He spent the last month trying his best for you. He wanted you to think. He wanted Leto to think that he was doing nothing. So Leto can get mad, and Leto can find his full potential. You know, as a character, as a person. You know, instead of being this fucking little shit who fucking.
That's a garbage excuse. That's a garbage excuse. Why didn't you just tell him up front that it's like, I'm working hard for you because you know what, I actually care for you boys, and Leto be like, oh, sorry. Oh damn!
He wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say that at all. That's fucking bullshit. You know he wouldn't. Say that.
Yeah. If he wanted some respect, you know, that would have been the way to go. But no, he decided to suck it up. You know, he decided to. He wouldn't want to damage his own pride because his own pride matters more than the lives of the entire party that he left there rotting in the snow for 1 month.
Hey, you're lucky you're alive. You're lucky you're alive at all. You should be kissing Grandpa's feet. You should be kissing Grandpa's feet.
No. He got to revive us straight away. Feet. You got to revive us straight away.
Little frog feet.
Anyway, out of character, outside the campaign,
Yeah.
Were there, and you don't have to disclose
Any complaints?
the reason, but were there specific reasons why you decided it would be 1 month instead of just immediately after?
What do you mean by outside of the campaign?
I mean, sorry, not outside the campaign, like just outside of that argument just now.
Yes.
Were there specific reasons why that was changed? Like,
let me think of a way to say this without. Okay. The best way to explain this is that I want there to be a time period for things to have happened, in the world as a whole, and for bad guys or people with power to make moves, and for things to have changed in that 1 month. So it's not just a straight just pick up from where you left off and here we go, type deal. Like, okay. I want there to have been some progress, and so if things have changed, it was also a pretty good excuse for winter to no longer be winter, and to set up the whole spring's coming, but my river's not running, and I won't be able to plant my crops, and we're gonna starve. We need heroes to help us, type deal.
Okay, just devil's advocate. Barely anything has happened in the campaign, and we don't know any.
You don't know if anything's happened yet, no.
Yes, any of the world events. Would that have been just as effective if that had, like, the stuff that had happened in that month just happened before the campaign started?
No, because the stuff that happens in that month is affected by your encounter last session.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, my dog is just barking in the background. That'll come
Marty. Yep. So I wouldn't say it's exactly necessary, but because beta session, I get to do stuff like that, you know. So I'm like, I think if it makes for a better campaign or a better overall narrative, then I'll just be like, let me retcon some stuff, because beta session, I get to hide behind the excuse of beta session. And
it's not an excuse. It's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an excuse. Yeah, beta session. I would do what we want. Change your characters if you want. If you hate your characters, change your characters.
It's been a beta session for 3 months now.
Yeah, but we only had 3 sessions in the 3 months.
Yeah. It's a monthly. We've changed from a weekly to a monthly.
No, it's still fortnightly. There's just things that happen.
Yeah, but you know how monthly sessions happen? Because other things happen.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen all the time. In fact, we're having our next session 2 weeks, right?
Well, that hasn't been discussed.
It
has not been discussed.
But we are. We are.
We are?
Yeah.
We definitely are? For certain?
I don't know. I'll be at home at my table,
and
if whoever shows up,
attendance?
and we'll have our session. You know.
Okay.
I'll be sitting there ready with my dice bag and my lack of DM screen. I saw Aiden Lewis peer over and see my rolls. I saw it a few times.
Yeah, you gotta get that screen. You gotta
get
find
that
where the
screen back.
screen is.
It's not like I'm fudging anything, but still, gotta get that screen back. Keep your eyes away from my dice.
You were rolling on your laptop, right?
I was rolling.
Was it on the keyboard? Was it?
Yeah, it was
gonna like
keyboard.
dent.
I mean, I was using the plastic dice, so maybe, I don't know. And it also kind of fucks your rolls a little bit when it lands in that little crevice between the screen and the keyboard.
It gets cocked a little.
Yeah. So I need that screen back, to be honest. I might just buy like another one, like a new one, like a cooler looking one.
Okay.
Purely because I can't find this other one. Anyway, regardless, beta session. Whoever shows up in 2 weeks shows up. We have our session. We have fun. It's great. Okay. Good.
Every month.
No, every 2 weeks.
So by December we should be on session 12.
By December we should be on session 24.
Well, it'll be like 21.
I mean 2021. Yeah, you know what I mean. Look, we'll talk about it with the whole gang. But for now, okay. You guys wake up from your death. We wake up. We had that conversation.
We had that conversation we had in session 2. That's all happened. That's all still happened.
All still canon.
And we decide that we are going to set up camp. We decide to sleep the night. Half of the crew goes hunting. I believe Zeke, Lucian, and Kronar, they all go hunting.
Yes.
And I was playing Matt's character, and I was thinking about what Matt would do. because initially Matt's has diverged quite a bit from how he
OG
initially
asshole
wrote his character.
selfish guy.
Yeah, and he's become more of a more traditional druid type.
I love trees. Don't kill animals.
Hug the trees. Save the animals. Vegetarian.
Yup.
And it might go deeper than that, but that was as far as I went with the character, because I didn't want to have it be developed, beyond the surface level.
Yeah, in case
It's
Matt
not my
doesn't want it to
character.
go that way as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair
Exactly.
enough. Yeah.
And I was comfortable doing that because he had said so himself, that that's what he wanted to go for. And if he decides that he doesn't want to be a veggie, animal loving tree hugger, okay, that's up to him, right?
Yeah.
But he wasn't there.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I could do whatever I
You
want.
lose
I
control
could
of
have
your
done
character
it.
if you're not there.
I could have done whatever I wanted. I could have committed some war crimes, but I didn't. So that
Jesus
makes
Christ.
me a good person for not doing that.
Oh, okay. You get some karma for
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
I get some good juju.
Oh, love good juju.
Actually, I got a lot of good juju at the start because I had like 3 natural 20s at the first half of the campaign.
That's true. I don't know how you got so many nat 20s in that one
It
session.
was nutty, but that ran out quick.
Yeah.
It ran out quick.
Because then you missed everything in the second half of the session. Just go on.
Yeah. So, I mean, was there anything to say about the hunting? We found a deer. Zeke didn't want the deer to be killed.
Yeah. My first session notes that I wrote like fucking 3 weeks ago when we were supposed to have a first session, they had a tiny little bit about the hunting thing and how you guys would come across a animal that is trapped in a bear trap. Because I was very, very curious to see how Zeke plays that interaction, right? Because I don't know, I don't know if he's okay with just straight up murdering an animal that he hasn't himself caught, or if he's not okay with murdering animals at all, or stuff like that, right? Because I really like taking the chance to explore or challenge a character's personality and see how they interact with the situations.
Mm-hmm.
I think you did pretty much what I expected Zeke would do. Honestly, if it was Matt role playing, it would be 50-50 of whether he saves it or if he just fucking murders it. I'm like, I don't know.
He is a bit of a wild card.
Yeah.
A bit of a wild card because I think he doesn't think as his character as often. He'll just go straight to what he would do, like him as Matt.
Yeah.
Not him as Zeke.
Yeah. But I could also kind of see Zeke murdering an animal. Because he's kind of a crazy, he's kind of kooky crazy though, like maybe he's okay
crazy
with murdering animals, but he loves trees, maybe
he's
trees
definitely
are a thing.
I definitely lent into him being sort of quite eccentric, so to speak.
Yeah, he's got what's the best way to describe it? He's got a few screws loose, but in like a good way, Like, he wakes up from death and says, "Oh yeah, it's all coming together,"
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Fucking
Which
line.
is just that stolen catchphrase has sort of become his catchphrase.
Steal it and make it your own,
I only said it so much. I said it a lot last session because it helped me stay in the voice.
Yeah.
Because I would picture like how that was being said. I would hear it how that was being said, and then I could stay in it for longer. Last longer.
Yeah. It's always good to have some sort of anchor line to get into your character. Do you have one for later or no?
It's him saying all right, man," which is "Alright, man."
Alright, man.
Yeah, "Alright, man," and there's like a slight roll on the tongue, which is like, okay, yeah, that gets you into it,
I wonder if
But
the
I
other
did-
guys have them.
I did lose the accent quite a few times during the session. Like at the very beginning, I didn't have anything. And I noticed like, oh shit, wait, what was the accent
Way
again?
to go. Do you think it's because you were
Did-
switching between the two, or what?
It might have been that, and it might have been it's been so long since the last session, and I haven't been practicing.
Oh.
Because it's a monthly session.
Oh.
You know,
We gotta
things
bring it back
happen.
there. Why are we gonna bring it back there, huh?
What do I mean? I'm not bringing it back. I'm just saying how it is.
Yeah, me too. I lost some of my accent skills, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, every so often I will practice like when I'm driving. You know, say a line or two.
Oh, me too.
To make sure that like I still got it. But you know, this month has been busy. I've kind of forgotten about D&D because you know.
Oh.
We haven't had it.
Oh. Hey, calm
Yeah.
down. Calm down. No need to fire like that.
What do you mean firing?
I mean,
I'm saying. I'm just speaking.
Oh, okay.
I'm just talking.
Okay, just talking. Just talking. Okay.
About how it's a monthly session.
It's not a monthly session. It's only 2 weeks. It's every 2 weeks. It's an anomaly that it's happened monthly in the last 3 months. You know.
It's an anomaly.
It won't be like that ever again. You know. It's coincidence.
Okay.
It's coincidence. You know.
All right. Well, anyway, session 4, April sometime, and yeah. I think I found it fairly easy to switch between the characters.
Mm.
I know some people. I remember seeing some people's reaction when I would just suddenly switch characters, and people were like,
"Are you talking to yourself?"
Oh, yeah.
When you said, "Shut the fuck up, Zeke," to yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Oh my goodness. I really like where the character's kind of gone.
Mm-hmm.
The tree loving, but everyone's like, oh, of course, type deal. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wonder if everyone else has that sort of anchor phrase they use to get into character, or they can just kind of pop in. Because I know I can't. I know I have a few of those myself.
Yeah, I mean it's good to have an anchor phrase, to rely on that, because it is a reliable way to get into it instead of just going in cold open, cold turkey.
I feel that. Yeah, I definitely do that with my Scottish and my Norwegian, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, accent.
Was that Norwegian? Was that what the accent?
It was like, it was supposed to be like Scandinavian. I don't know. Look.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what accent it was, but it was. It
was an accent. Yeah, it's accent. It's a fantasy accent.
Now that I know,
fantasy accent.
Now that I know what you were trying to go for, maybe I'll be able to hear that more.
It's an Askiran accent, actually. So you know, I can't be wrong if it's a
course,
fantasy accent.
Of
I
course,
came up with
it doesn't exist.
Yeah. How can I be wrong? How can you prove me wrong? You know, you can't. You literally can't. Yeah, that's why Grandpa's accent changes from Russian to Japanese to fucking to anything.
I feel like he had like a Chinese,
like an old Chinese man.
Yeah, a wizened Chinese master or something like that.
Who really isn't? Who's just a fucking pervert. He's great. Anyway,
so the hunting, we decided to let the deer go. You know, but if it happened to die, then Zeke was willing to compromise. Okay, well, it passed away of natural death, so nothing you can do. Might as well
wait. So if it bled out, would that count as a natural death from the bear trap?
Well, we just said if we just happened to find it and it was dead, you know, later on the track, you know, that would be fine.
Okay.
He would seed that. He would seed that.
Okay.
Anyway, Zeke was like, anyway, I've got a big thing for mushrooms. I'm gonna look for a fat ass mushroom, and he did. He found like a huge mushroom, horse room, a horse room, to bring back home, the size of his head, massive, huge.
Yeah, and Krona pockets the small ones as well.
Yep. And then on the way back, we run into Grandpa Dong, who has a deer. Wow, it's the deer that was trapped in the bear trap, and he just straight up killed it.
Like, as soon as you let the deer go, I was like, I know where this is going. I know exactly where this is going. You know? I like to be able to be a character in the party sometimes. Mm-hmm. Add my own, I don't know, spice to it. But yeah, I understand that Grandpa can't be there all the time, and let the party do them, you know?
Of course he can't be there. I mean, where was he that whole month? He's not anywhere.
He was trying to save your lives.
Not doing anything.
He was trying to save your lives. How dare you?
Not doing anything.
Put some respect on Grandpa.
Ah, finally. 4 weeks vacation.
Yeah.
All to myself.
Fuck these kids.
I'm gonna go to a winter resort.
These kids.
You know? I'm gonna spend time for me. I'll get to them. You know, I'll get to them.
Yeah. Look, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, they're not going there. They're
dead.
They're just dead.
Yeah.
They're just dead, you know? They're just my friend's kids, you know? They're just dead, you know?
Yeah, my like, you know, it's fine. It's fine. You guys are alive. You guys are venturing again. I don't know what you're complaining about, to be honest.
We come back to the camp. Back to the camp after hunting. And meanwhile, the boys at the camp, while they were hunting, they're drinking up, you know, they're coming to terms with the fact that they got killed. Leto and Urugrim come to terms with that they got killed by their childhood role model, who they thought was their role model. Zarum Bloodmane. And we get so drunk, and Crag, who was also there, he's also drunk, and he's like, "All right, there's the last bit of the drink in the bottle. We're gonna wrestle for it." You know, and we're like, "Okay, fine." So we wrestle. Later loses. He loses the wrestle, but then Urugrim wins the wrestle, and was supposed to get the bottle, but we were too drunk to realize that
you won.
That we won. And so Craig took this opportunity, and because he went into like ultra instinct mode or whatever his rage mode is, and makes him sober up, he was like, I get the bottle now, and I can trick these stupid kids into thinking that I won, but I actually lost. So beef jerky, not an honest man, not an honest guy.
Oh, but he hates slave owners though.
But he hates slave owners, but he's heightist and racist.
Everybody has flaws. Nobody can be perfect, you know? Except for me. No one else can be perfect, you know?
Anyway, so everyone comes back and they decide to cook dinner. Zeke's trying to make a mushroom stew, and meanwhile people just start pouring all this lamb in, and it ruins the stew. It wasn't his fault. He was making a good stew.
Oh, it wasn't his fault, huh? It wasn't his fault for rolling a fucking 7 or something, yeah?
Yeah, because he had to scoop out the mushroom soup from the like lamb. It's still like lamb blood. It's like not clean, you know.
He fucked up. He fucked it up. He fucked it up. Turned it to porridge.
No. If they hadn't poured the lamb in there,
fucked it up.
then it would have been fine.
The only reason the party liked it was because they hadn't had a meal in 1 month because they were dead, you know?
Because it was good.
Grandpa was
also
like,
good.
This meal is average. This is the most average meal I've ever had.
Yeah, because he's been alive for a whole month doing nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. He's been busy. Anyway.
Busy doing nothing.
It was average meal.
Jack all.
Average meal. A lot of shenanigans going on.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good for being dead for 1 month, you know. A few complaints, but what can you do? Yeah, it's a thankless job being a cook, being a chef, you know. And Greg's like, yeah, you know, I could do one better. I could do it one better, you know. But he didn't cook, so how could he say that?
Yeah, he gets his chance later to try and do one better. And
we decide to sleep the night.
Yes.
Leto still has his lavish queen-size sleeping bag with red satin and, you know, very luscious fur on the inside. It's a bit worn now because it's just kind of been marinating
sitting under snow for a month.
Snow, in the snow. So, but it's still usable.
Yeah.
But Uri, he doesn't have a sleeping bag, so he's trying to crawl into Crag's sleeping bag.
Why you got a hobo? Why do we have a hobo in the party for all of a sudden?
Oh, they stole a lot of stuff. They took everything.
Yeah, but
they even took the platform saddle.
Yeah, but
what are they going to do with the platform saddle?
It's a good question. Honestly, it's a good question. But you find out later on. But who knows? Yeah.
And but eventually, Leto's like, okay, fine. You can come into my bag, but you got to keep your underwear on because your nuts, they sweat a lot and they stink. You know, and Urugrim's like, oh, but it's my temperature regulation. It's my
it's how I keep cool.
I gotta keep the, you know, got a free ball in order to keep from.
Oh god, I can't believe the nut sweat thing became a thing.
It's all improv. It's all improv.
It is all improv.
So so Urugrim has some sweaty nuts and they get rather hot. So as he was sleeping, he's basically just enclosed in the sleeping bag, but the only thing hanging out is his cock and balls.
Just out the zipper or something.
Oh Lord, it smelled so bad. But anyway, besides the smelly nuts, we wake up in the morning and we decide to head off towards our next destination, which Grandpa Dong says is
the village of Finstrand.
Finstrand,
which is 2.5 days walk or something along those
2.5 days.
Oh, a day and a half. No, it was a day and a half walk.
Day and a half. Right.
Yes. And off you go. On your journey, right?
We go.
What happens?
Well, on the journey, we happen to come across a topic, a very touchy topic about slavery. And I'm not sure how we got into this. I think Crag was. It was a question which Crag led the answer by getting into his backstory, which was like, I was a slave. Everyone was like, oh.
Here we go. Yeah, here we go.
and then, you know, the conversation keeps going, and then somewhere down the line, Leto says to Uri, you know, this is sort of sounds like, you know, the labors we had at home, which are automatons
and not slaves.
They're automatons with the captured souls of the enemies of the nation, and they have been bound by a soul contract to basically be at the service of the Sufisi nation, you know, be their servants, quote unquote. And they're still sentient, you know. They still like basically have free will. Like they're not whatchamacallit. They're not like brainwashed, you know.
Yeah, but if they disobey, like, the souls get sent to where?
They get sent to
the
like the abyss, right?
Yeah.
Because they're already dead, right? And all they want to do, I'd say most of them, all they want to do is just go on to their respective afterlives, you know, where it's like Valhalla or whatever, the equivalent of that, you know. Their heaven or their hell or whatever, but Suffisos, Suffisis have figured out a way. Well, they have found a dimension that isn't a dimension, which is basically just a vacuum. There's nothing in it. It's the abyss. It's just darkness, and that's all there is. And they've found a way to channel souls to go there forever. And basically, the contract is, if you don't work for us, or if you rebel against us, you're going to get shunted out into the abyss, you know? And people don't want that because it's just nothing, right? It's worse than hell. It's nothing. Forever and ever.
Oh yeah, this is definitely slavery.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
But they attacked us. You know, this is their punishment.
Oh right, yeah.
They're just their punishment. You know,
we're not
doing this because we're cruel, right? If they hadn't attacked us, then it would have been fine. It would have been fine. You know,
I think
we don't go around hunting people to,
I think
enslave.
You guys might actually do that, or at least the rest of the people from where you're from, like the other kingdoms. They actually go out and hunt people for like slavery and use them. I don't know if it's the same for
So in the south, right? The necromancy is a thing. So
yes,
a lot of people will use like zombies and stuff, or like skeletons or whatever for manual labor, and they like don't have souls. But basically, I think it probably was a thing, like slave hunting, for a while. But I also like to think that Sufisi has been embroiled in a lot of conflicts, that they haven't needed to do that for a long time. Yeah. Because every time we get into a fight, boom, more slaves, right?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
You know, don't need to look for some when you've got
they don't go to war
already.
For slaves. War just kind of happens, and you get
it just happens. Well, they go to. Maybe they did that at the start, like a long time ago, like hundreds of years ago, and then like the subsequent wars were because we did that. And so it just keeps happening. It's like a cycle, right?
Wow.
So never-ending it's like, hey, you know, you keep slaves, you're bad, you know? And then there's a rebellion, and then, you know, we quell the rebellion, and then we get more slaves because of that rebellion. More slaves, and then, like, you know, there's another uprising, take them down. We beat them, more slaves, you know? And it's just a vicious cycle, and it just keeps going on and on. And I want to think that it's a crime, right? So it's like a sentence. So, like, if you had if you had died and we found that, oh, you weren't that bad. Okay, you're a labor for a couple of years, and then you get sent off. We let you go, right?
Okay.
But if you're really bad, you're very bad. Like you're a big pain in the butt for the nation. Then for Safisi, then you're getting stuck in that body. You're just getting stuck in the automaton body for like generations, right?
So would you say that out there are ancient labors who are like long forgotten kings of like old kingdoms or some shit that they used to war?
Yeah. Okay, possibly, yeah.
That's an idea I can work with.
Yeah, and I think like the stronger the person, the stronger the soul. So you can use the stronger souls for more powerful things. So like I said before, it's not just like robots, like personal butlers and stuff like that. It's basically like how Lewis said. It's like an AI, right? You can put a soul into like the house, right, and it'll open doors for you or heat your water and all this stuff. So I think like you have a soul that's like really powerful. It can work parts of the city, right?
Ooh,
so we're really advanced because of this, because we have like so much automation, and it's not even like AI, it's like an actual person, right? So like the computing power is like really good.
Yeah.
And they have to do it because otherwise they get sent into the void.
Yeah, the Shadow Realm. Straight to the Shadow Realm. Do you think that Leto genuinely thinks it's like not a bad thing? Like is that his thing?
Right now, as he thinks he's just grown up with it, and he just thinks that it's just a normal thing, right? It's the only thing that he's known. And of course he's heard some opposing opinions, and like he knows about real living slaves, and like he thinks that's bad, but he thinks it's different from what he has, because like they're war criminals, right? So they deserve their punishment, so they're doing that out of penance for what the bad things that they did, right? Whereas capturing slaves for the sake of having slaves, innocent people, that's bad. Hey, that's bad. Of course that's bad. He's not going to object to that.
Okay, so he's not completely on the train of slaves. There's no problem with slaves.
Yeah, I mean, because the whole nation is like using necromancy, so like that's sort of like is like an echo chamber, and people just sort of get used to the idea of like, because is it just necromancy as slaves, or is it?
No, there's real slaves.
There's real slaves.
Because I assume there would be kingdoms where necromancy isn't as prevalent, and they would just use straight up slaves, right?
No, I mean like just in where Leto's from, like that. There's the Vermilion Empire.
Oh yeah, same for that. I'd say there's kingdoms that wouldn't have access to as much necromancy as, say, the actual empire would.
But even if there was, though, and Leto knew about them, he probably didn't leave home that often.
Yeah.
Because, as you know, he's very pampered. He's a very sheltered and pampered individual. He doesn't know what it means to work hard. He doesn't know what it means to, fight for your life. Well, he's sort of coming to grips with that now. But he's just never worked a day in his life. He's had it easy. And that got him into trouble because he got complacent. And, because he's complacent, he's naive. He doesn't know shit. He doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
He just knows what he knows. He just knows whatever got fed to him as a kid and in his young adolescence, and that's just carried with him, And I think I feel the same for Urugrim. Like, Urugrim, he's the son of a very successful individual, which I won't expose just now.
He's a city boy. Yuri's a city boy,
Yeah,
Pampered
Leto and Yuri, they're city boys through and through. They're rich city boys, very rich. Well, they were rich.
Yeah. The dynamic between at least those two pairs is so fucking good. I enjoy it so much seeing you guys roleplay the rich city boys versus the guys who are down, who kind of like live in nature and are poor. They're poor the whole lives type deal. It's so fucking good, honestly. It's such a good dynamic.
There's one part that almost couldn't hold it in, where like Leto was asking Krona like, hey, what do you guys like do? When you're not what do you guys do all day? And we're like, we look for work, and it was like, You work.
It's such a good. It's such a good encapsulating line. Yeah, it's good. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, I'm liking it so far.
Yeah,
pretty
new
good.
characters, new campaign is good. Beta session is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's good.
Let's try and get it onto the fortnightly so we can play some more.
Yeah, it is fortnightly. What do you mean get it on? It's always been fortnightly.
You know what I mean. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. So anyway, that was a big digression, but back to the slaves, right? So Crag was a former slave, and he was enslaved by Zaram. I think it was.
Yes.
Zaram was his previous owner, his former slave master.
Yeah.
And so he hates all things to do with slavery, slave masters, and he wants to free slaves and stuff like that. And it's kind of messed him up a little bit. That's messed him up a lot, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, I think his character, he doesn't actually feel super strongly about wanting to free every slave he sees. It's more just like he doesn't want that to happen to him or anybody else, right? He's not going to go out of his way to like free every slave population out there. He's just, if he comes across it, he's opposed to it, you know? I think he tried to describe that later on in the session.
Yeah. Yeah, and it got a bit dicey for later because basically, I mean, where Later's from, they're basically slaves in a different context.
Yeah.
You boil it down, it's slaves. But Later doesn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
He doesn't think of it that way, right? Because it's different from just like capturing innocent people. These guys aren't innocent. Yeah. They're not innocent. You know, they deserve what they get, right? It's like going to prison, but for longer, and you got to do work.
For much longer, yeah. At the threat of death, yeah.
Yeah. Well, not death, but worse than death.
Worse than death.
Yeah.
It's worse than slavery. This is so much worse. Oh my god. Yeah.
But it's good though. I don't know how I came up with that idea. Oh, it's because you said that they use necromancers, and I was like, what would like a
how
very
could we use this
technologically advanced civilization? How could you twist it? And I thought, it's robots, but they're slaves.
But they're slave robots.
Slaves. Slave robots. Now, is that even possible? A robot that's a slave?
Yes, apparently. I'm excited to see where he develops, honestly.
We made it so. Anyway, we got really close to Crag killing Leto because he like went away. Crag went away to sulk for a little bit. And it was like, he was glowing and stuff, wild magic shit. And he was like, I think I've got to kill Leto. I gotta kill him.
There's a scene where Lucian and Zeke are about to go talk to him, and then they hear that and they're like, nope, never mind. We're veering off. Oh god, the direction change is hilarious. But I think Crag. I think this is also Lewis attempting not to destroy the party, but it's also like Crag's like, well, he's just a kid. He doesn't know better. He wasn't the guy that was enslaving people and stuff, so it caught him a little bit of slack, right? Thankfully, thank God, he didn't just straight up try to murder you. It would have been interesting, and I wouldn't have been opposed to it because beta session. But there's stuff to do. Stuff to do. What happened?
It's just bad start to the campaign because we tried to make a party that would want to adventure together, and we don't want it to divulge straight into what happened to Axia session 3 when we wanted to all kill each other. Well, not session 3. It was like session 10 also. We wanted to all kill each other at some point.
Yeah. I mean, but I feel like this time it's a much more conscious choice, like outside of the game, that you guys know that yes, we have to be working together here, and you do what you have to do, even if it
you'd hope so.
Sacrifices.
You'd hope so.
Roleplay.
Okay, guys.
Everyone knows.
Everyone should know. Everyone should know. We're working together, so no killing. No killing. Not yet, anyway.
Unless it's really cool, then maybe beta session. It's not like these characters are cemented. They're just ethereal beings that can change at any moment.
What will be the turning point for when it becomes the real thing? The full release. What's the turning point? I think I've asked you this before.
You have, and it's at the end when we finish the campaign.
Okay, now we actually start the real campaign too. That was good 120 sessions. 120 sessions beta session.
I hope you like your characters and you're ready to
we're ready
them in the real campaign.
Yeah, I think I've got a good idea of who you want to play. The class. You're happy now.
They've already settled down, had kids, and done the prologue and everything. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But for now, it's the ongoing meme. I'm gonna stick with it, and that means I have a lot of leeway to do stuff I usually wouldn't do, and same with you guys. So it's a very good excuse to use, I guess. And finally, you guys make it to the town of Finstrand, right?
Finstrand.
So
it's a Loxodon village, isn't it?
Yes, it is a Loxodon village, and this is actually where my notes started, right? Like I had a little bit where like, oh yeah, Zeke comes across thing trapped in bear trap, right? And then my next note is village Finstrand. You know how long that was in between those two things? It was like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was like an hour.
It was a whole hour and a half where my notes were just nothing, and I just got to watch you guys play, and it was great. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, but like, damn, you guys talk a lot.
We took more. We took even more than Axio.
I think that's really good, honestly. I've noticed the tangible difference between Axio and this one, where I don't have to prompt you guys to sort of do stuff as often. I don't know if that's like because the characters, because the campaign or whatever, but it is a difference, and it is a difference I would like to keep seeing, honestly.
You know, there is a tangible difference, but I feel like there is a bit of an imbalance, because there's the poor pair and the rich pair, and they have a lot of interaction.
Yeah,
but then there's like the angel pair, who don't have a lot of interaction. And I think maybe this session it was just like they were one man down, you know.
Also, that's true. Yeah,
that's true. But I think, if I recall last session, there wasn't a lot of them interacting as much as the other two pairs, and I think that it goes both ways. Like the other pair's got to engage that pair, and that pair's got to engage with us.
Yeah, I mean it's also like the consequences of the surrounding circumstances, right? Like they don't have the same dynamic, like an easy dynamic to work with, right? Like you guys do, like where it's rich, poor, or whatever. And a lot of the stuff that's been happening, like during sessions, like Zaram and stuff, they don't have the same connection you guys did with Zaram. And it I guess it's much harder to riff off stuff like that. And I do have plans to have their backstories and stuff kind of take more of a, maybe not central role, but like kind of show up more often. Because I did the same with, you know, like Zeke and the Bear Trap, kind of stuff like that. Or how when we get to Village Finstrand, the magical wood that wards off the monsters, right? Because that relates to Eurogrim stuff. And then down the road, you guys bump into a half-orc who has this runic plate armor on, who kind of relates to Kronar, you know? And stuff like that. And there hasn't been a lot of stuff that relates to Lucian or Zeke in a direct manner, and I would like to introduce more stuff so they can kind of open up their characters and see how they interact with each other.
Yeah, but you might need to pump. You need to pump it up a little bit just to get the motors going.
Yeah.
Get
Next session, new villain is Aasimar.
It's an Aasimar. It's the third guy. It's their third battle buddy that they had a long time ago.
Oh, actually, that's not bad. An old comrade, old mercenary comrade.
Hey, you gotta beep this. This is spoilers now.
Ooh, that's not bad. I'm not gonna use it because it's in the podcast, but it's not bad.
No, you can beep it.
Maybe I will use it, but I'll be like, I'm not gonna use it. No, I'm not gonna beep it.
You're not gonna beep it?
Yeah, because I'll say that I'm not gonna use it, and then I'll be surprised, haha. You know.
Well, then you gotta beep that though, because you just revealed that.
Yeah, but it's a double, you know. Like now I'm actually not gonna use it at all, and it's gonna be something completely different.
I mean, you're piling on so many double negatives that at some point or another it's gonna become that you are or you aren't. Or are you? And you see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly
there you
go.
I fixed it. I fixed it for you.
They have no idea.
I made them confused. I made them confused.
They have no idea. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore, to be honest.
Anyway, you gotta pump. Yeah, you gotta pump them up so get them engaged. Get them going.
But also, it's on them as well, right?
Yeah, I think you need to hit the nail on the head, which was what I was thinking was the issue with them, is because their backstory seems more separate than ours. I mean, because immediately, but having said that, not to say that we intentionally, me and Lewis intentionally decided to make characters that are almost diametrically opposed in terms of the slavery issue. Not like we planned that. We didn't plan it. It just happened to be that way, and it's working out really well. For that matter, I think Kronar also, like, he needs some spotlight too. I would like to see more from Kronar. Interested to see why he's so clammy about where he's from. I still remember that question. The later asked him a question like session 1, like, "Hey, why aren't you allowed home?" And he they were clamming up. It was clamming up hard.
Yeah,
I still remember.
Yeah.
Still remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to give him a little spotlight here with Asbjorn and stuff. We'll see where he goes.
So it was armor. It was runic armor.
I mean, it's just plate armor that's
been
inscribed with runes.
Okay, I thought it was like tattoos. I didn't hear the armor.
No. It's
like
on
he's got runes on his arms. Like, oh, was it drawn on or is it like tattoos?
No, it's the armor. It's the armor. But that's jumping ahead. Right now, you get to Village Finstrand, right? And there's this wood, right? There's this beautiful green, glowing, enchanted wood that has this green aura that kind of emanates off it, right? And Leto's like, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?" He rolls like a fucking nat 20. Some shit.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
No, he's like, "Oh no, it is. No, I recognize this.
Yeah.
I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Where have I seen it before?"
Mm-hmm. And it turns out that you guys kind of recognize the magical signatures, or whatever you want to call them, the enchantments, that it is the work of one Billigrim
Corbin.
and a joint operation of Cockhead Corbin, who goes, huh, apparently, I don't know. Why is that a thing? It's a thing now because it's been cemented.
It's the improv. It's just
Cockhead Corbin.
That's a reference to a copy pasta I read.
Oh, is it?
Long time ago.
Oh,
anyway.
Okay. Yeah, and this gives Yrgrim that time to expose on who the fuck this guy is.
Corbin is Yrgrim's rival from back home.
Back in school.
He's a school rival, right? And he's he's working his way up. He's very successful. But Yrgrim hates him because he's like too successful. He's also a douche. And Yrgrim also got kicked out, so he's probably butthurt about that too.
He's even more butthurt, yeah. Gave him some time to vent.
And what makes it worse is that the schoolmaster, the head of the school, is his dad. So that doesn't look good. His dad is probably pissed at him for flunking out in school.
Yeah.
Because, it reflects on him. He's like, oh, that's his dad. That's his dad's son. Oh.
Yeah, and his dad was the one who worked on that joint cooperation with Corbin for that.
Yeah, so maybe that's like he's replacing Yrgrim with Corbin.
Ooh, who knows?
Adoptive son?
Who knows?
He's like, you're the son I wish I had.
Yeah, it's a good dynamic. I mean, we explore this later on. It's planting seeds we can reap. We can sow. Whatever. We're sowing seeds that we can reap. Planting stuff.
Reap what you sow.
Yeah, you know what? Seeds, plant, wheat for Grandpa bad. Grandpa don't like wheat. Grandpa don't like bread.
Why doesn't he like wheat?
He doesn't like bread.
He doesn't like bread? Why doesn't he like bread?
He has a bad, tragic backstory with bread. Ruined his life.
Tragic backstory with bread.
Yep. Ruined his life.
I'm gonna have to. That's gonna be a button that Leto can push. Leto's always looking for buttons to push on Grandpa, because they have beef.
Leto beefing with the Gramps. What happens after that?
So after we investigate the rune, the inscribed wood, we decide to look for some work. And we go up and we ask some people. Crag asks some people, and we stumble upon this old lady, who seems to be the leader, but we don't know her name. An old Luxodon lady, I should add, because it's a Luxodon village, which are elephant people.
Yeah, they got trunks.
They're elephants. They walk on 2 feet and have hands.
Elephants.
And she says
elephants.
She says that. I should say that the enchanted wood is a ward to ward off monsters.
Yes, indeed.
but they don't have a monster problem. They have a dry river problem.
Yes,
because
indeed.
There's a river that goes through the village, and we can notice this. And the riverbed is dry and crumbly, so it's been dry for some time. All the water has been sucked out, or hasn't been sucked out, but it's been dry. It's dry. So
Yes.
she says, "Well, I sent someone to investigate, but they haven't come back, right?"
Yeah.
And while she's saying that, she's just giving us some side eye.
Yeah.
She's
She's a
very
little bit bitter.
suspicious
She's a
of it.
bit angry.
Yeah, and we find out that she has a vendetta against adventurers. And can I say, when I heard that, I was like, this feels just like Axia again. Villagers hating adventurers. This is just deja vu. It's like,
Deja vu. She has a good reason.
Shere's a good reason, but she's like an outlier, right? It's not like a
No. People love
nationwide-
heroes. Heroes are this magical fucking thing that everybody loves. Everyone wants to be a hero, right? People look up to heroes.
But you're already making callbacks to Axia. So quick, this third session.
Yeah, but she had a very good reason. She had a very good reason.
Anyway, this adventurer she sent out didn't come back, and they gave him a lot of stuff. So
Gave him
she's
some
very bitter about it.
food. They paid him in advance.
So Lucien, who was dealing with her, he said like, "No, we'll do it, right?"
Yeah.
So he gathers up the party, and we decide to go down to the river. And Grandpa Dog goes and finds some accommodation or someone to sleep with,
Accommodation.
a hole to dig into. Anyway,
He says as he looks hungrily at the old Loxodon woman. Grandpa,
what a
Yeah.
sleaze. Anyway,
you hungry?
we go down the riverbed. We're traveling down for like half a day or so, and we find Asbjorn, who, as we mentioned before, is this half-orc male adventurer with this runic armor. He's wearing this strange runic armor.
Yes, this plate armor that is covered in runes.
Krona recognizes. He's got a big sack of bread that the villagers gave them, because Finstrand is known for their wheat.
Yeah, and he's eating it like it's nothing, like it's water. He's like throwing away bread because it looks bad. He's like picking out this stuff, and he's not being conservative at all with it, right?
Yeah.
Very uncaring
And,
man.
He's like, I'm gonna go home, because there was a big monster over there. It looked huge, and you get a good look at it. So I'm just gonna go. But they gave me a lot of stuff, so I'm happy.
Yeah, lucky me. I got paid in advance. I don't have to do shit. I'm peacing out. I tried my best. I really did, but I'm peacing out.
Yeah. Were you hoping that Krona would engage more on the runic armor thing?
Yeah. I'm always hoping people engage more with my stuff, right?
Because I don't remember if there was a lot of conversation about that. I know definitely.
Really.
I don't know definitely. People were like, Krona did recognize that, but that was it.
Yeah, because as Bjorn kind of calls out Corona, like, "Hey, it's weird seeing another one of my brothers over here. What you doing down here? You look like shit. You look like shit. You don't have any clothes on. Like you're wearing this shorty ass armor. Look at me. I got my plate armor on. I got this fucking runic plate armor on. Like And what happened? What's wrong? Here's have some bread because I'm a generous soul. I'm a hero. I'm an adventurer. He'd have some bread.
I'm good.
You know?
I'm good. I'm humble.
Yeah, he's
so
humble. He's generous. He's just a good guy. Yeah. Because actually maybe this is getting too much into it. You know what? No, don't worry about that because he's always gonna come back later because you guys are coming back to him like right now, honestly. So we'll talk about him next session and the things he represents and what I want the interactions to kind of go with. Because Corona's still gonna have a chance to talk to him next session anyway.
Yeah. So Corona, keep your feelers up. Be prepared. Be prepared to get into it.
Get ready to talk.
It's an opportunity for you to get engaged.
Yeah, it's time for you to jerk off your backstory. Tell the world, it's time. Be like,
Excellent.
This is from my homeland, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And we do this there, and we do that there, and I'm actually like this and that, stuff like that. It'll be good. It'll be great. If you choose to engage with it. Lockie, I'm talking to you.
Should. Yeah, Lachlan, we're calling you out. Hey, come on. Have fun.
Yeah.
Have
jerk
fun
off
with us.
Yeah.
Play D&D with us. Huh? Lucky. Please.
And
Play
Lucian,
D&D.
Lucian is actually the one who has like a pretty what I expected the reaction to be to this guy, right? Like this guy's an asshole. Like this guy's a prick, and he's not a hero or an adventurer or anything. He's just some guy who saw a good opportunity, took it, and now he's peacing out, right?
Yep.
And he's like, I know what to do. We're gonna make sure he stays here, and on our way back from solving this mystery, we're gonna bring him in as a traitor, as a guy that kind of ran off with it. And so we'll restore the villagers' faith in adventurers, and we'll also get the reward, you know? And it's very, very good idea, honestly. And he rolls like a fucking really good persuasion check.
Yep.
And so, I think it was over 20. I believe it was over 20.
Yeah.
It was good. Because he's a sorcerer, right? No, sorcerer, warlock. And he's got charisma up his ass. Kind of coming out of his butt.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward for that guy to get his comeuppance. But I'm also looking forward to Krona to like see what he does.
Oh yeah, double.
Yeah.
It'll be good. It'll be good. And he's like, well, here, have some bread, and then go take care of it. You know, I'll be waiting here for my part of the reward. You know.
We take
all. You gotta just fucking take. You just walk over the bread. Like what the fuck? All of it. Even like a loaf, like a singular loaf. Yep. He's like, oh, thanks, I guess. But he's a hero, so he can't complain. He's a hero. He's an adventurer. And so you guys walk another few hours down, following, I guess, upstream, following this river into like a mountainous, almost forested, hilly area, where you come across what? What do you come across, Mr. Carmen?
You come across a large ogre-like two-headed creature.
Yes. And you guys expect the worst, so you start buffing everything. All right, what do you got? You gonna spit on my armor? You gonna make my bow sticky again?
Harden the armor, more AC, more energy. We're getting ready to take this thing down.
Yeah, what buffs do we got? Buff up, everyone. Let's go. And
so
then
buff up. We like almost charge in. Greg's like, hang on. It's he just walks up to the Etten and says, hey, you ordered a dam builder, you know? Dam builder.
Because like I was like, well, I'll at least try and see if they want to talk to this guy by making him talk to himself first. Like, yeah. I mean, I didn't expect you guys to charge in like that, like, and just be like, it's a monster, let's go murder it, right? Like, oh shit, like, wait, this thing's a sentient being, you can talk to it. Hey, what's going on?
Yep.
And so Grig and Bop, they start muttering amongst themselves, and then Crag is like, oh shit, wait, maybe we can just talk to these guys, right? And Crag comes in with the, hey, we're here to help build the dam. He comes in pretending to be a dam tester or something, sent by the other man things. And there is a sort of cute conversation between them where he's trying to convince them, and Grig and Bob, they're fighting amongst each other. They're like, oh, they went that way, but they also went this way, and they have Tom Tom. And then Crag's like, what the fuck is Tom Tom? And they're like, it's a dog thing. It's a dog thing. Like, yo, man thing, it's a dog thing, you know?
It's a dog thing.
It's a dog thing. And them being not the smartest or sharpest tools in the shed, are very easily convinced that he is here to help, and he brought his crew, his motley crew of dam builders, to help him out. So the rest of you guys come out, you engage in conversation, and you make Grig and Bob stand off to the side while you test the dam, right? Lewis does the most accurate representation of a bitch swing I've ever seen with an imaginary warhammer. And he kind of taps it. He's like, oh, damn, looks fine. Look at that. So we're gonna go back to the village and see what's up. And where's the village? And they point in different directions, right? And it just so happens that the upstream is in the middle, and you guys, oh, we'll just follow upstream, right? It's good. It's great. I don't know. Actually, no, I know exactly what would have happened if you guys just killed him. You guys probably would have undammed the dam and then went back, you know? And that would have been it, I think.
Yep.
Do you?
That's it. You said it.
Yeah, that's it. Like, the quest is solved. right? But
We could have done that.
yeah.
We could have done that.
I don't know. I from a narrative perspective or a storytelling perspective, I just thought that would be like a really uninteresting, sort of boring, classic generic video gamey quest, right? Oh no, there's a monster here stopping us from planting our seeds. Go kill it for us, please. You know? I thought, nah, it's kind of boring, generic, right? Let's spice it up a bit, right? There's another unseen force at work here. That's actually, you know, pulling the strings here. Like, what? And then you guys go deal with that, right? And what happens after that?
Well, we go in a direction.
Yes.
Probably not necessarily either direction that the Eden heads pointed towards.
Oh,
We decide, okay, we're going to get Tom Tom. This seems to be a more amicable way. Everyone's happy. He gets Tom Tom, and we take down the dam, and the village people get the water. And nobody gets hurt until we come across a hobgoblin patrol.
Who are
And we
known
just
for
straight up-
slavery.
Yep, who are known for slavery. So, you know,
This
we're trying to
time.
hold Craig back, and we just go in. We're just like, yep, no need to talk to these guys. These guys are sentient too. They probably speak. Who cares? We're going in.
Murder,
Kill 'em.
kill him. We get to murder stuff, and you guys.
Later, like headshots. You know, two of the guys with his catapult, or it's more like a cannon.
Little rock
And I was-
rock launcher.
Yeah, it's a tube that has like powder at the end of it, and he, you know, it's like one of those, you know, in those Chinese cannons where they have the flint.
Oh,
like-
right, yeah, like the little
And-
dragon
yeah,
shape
and
thing.
it goes boom, you know.
Yeah,
It's like that. It's it's just a metal
It's
tube.
more sniper, right?
It's a metal tube, and I like to think
Ultra
that the
aim.
mace that Milado has is just him whacking people with the metal tube.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah. Yeah, you guys have two snipers on your team. You have you and fucking Kronar, who are absolutely decimating these guys, fucking shredding them in like one hit each, because they only have 11 health, right? They only have 11 health. You're doing 3d8 damage. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, they get fucked. They get absolutely fucked. One of them tries to escape on the warg, you know? Doesn't get away.
We kill everyone.
Murder everyone. Zeke is sad for the warg's death.
Because it's an
It's an animal,
innocent
apparently.
animal. It's an
Well, it
innocent.
really isn't an innocent animal. Wargs are actually quite intelligent and evil things. But
It was an innocent dog.
it's an innocent dog-like creature, yes. Which isn't Tom Tom. What did you think of the overall difficulty of that?
It was easy.
Yeah.
It was easy. But I think it was like not boring easy though. It was like fun. Nice quick one.
Yeah, nice.
The
quick
first one.
Murder
No,
some
the first one anyway. I thought that the second one dragged on, but hey, that was our fault because we were rolling bad, yada yada yada.
Yeah, it was it's luck, honestly, that one. I like to put it on luck. You know? But was it too easy?
I mean, obviously yes, but I don't see a problem with that. It was fun.
Okay. Was it too easy in that it would take away from fun?
No, I don't think that. I mean, I had fun.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Because that's kind of the line I want to toe with this campaign. And more on the relatively easy side, but not so easy that it's just brain dead.
Yeah.
You don't have to think. It's not enjoyable.
Yeah, I think I definitely have to. I think I've overtuned Leto to be too much of a support class because he doesn't have much in the way of like combat.
Yeah.
Combat. Like I want a few tools to use in case I need to do some damage.
He ran out of rocks and all he had is that shitty light crossbow.
Ran out of rocks. Yeah, had to resort to his little fold-out crossbow. And yeah, that's it. Like I would like to get into more like of the support stuff. I mean, I guess that's it, right? That's probably where the line is. It was probably too easy. Then I didn't have to use the support stuff that I built Leto for.
Like what?
You know?
Other than the
Like
the
I got
indefinite buffs. What else can you do?
I got like heals. I've got like fairy fire.
Right, yeah.
That's that sort of stuff. I guess I used most of that.
Yeah,
to be
Fairy
honest.
Fire did a lot of work.
Fairy fire.
It helped Crag a lot.
Actually, no. I think it was fine. I think I just like there was a lot of spells that I didn't get to use because I didn't see a situation where they would be immediately useful.
Yeah.
So I got to change that up.
I think as you level, obviously your options open up way more. Like once you get level 5, you get third level spells, and those things are it gets dangerous at that point. You know, you get fireball and shit. Well, some people get fireball and stuff.
Well, I don't think I have third level. I've only got first level at level 4.
Wait, do artificers not get third level spells at level 5?
No.
Oh shit.
I don't think so.
Oh, I just assumed they did because of spellcasting class. Oh, but yeah, I mean, once everyone hits level 5, that's for every class. There's a massive jump in strength, right? Because people get second attacks, they get their level spells. I don't know what it is for artificer, to be honest.
I have to look into it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I think level 5 combat will be more enjoyable for everyone. You just get way more options. They get to slaughter stuff faster. I think if you guys were level 5 for that fight, it would have been so fucking fast. Because you get 2 attacks per turn. That's insane enough. Stuff like that. I think maybe. I guess I'm skipping forward though, right? The second fight is you guys defeat the patrol. You find out where the main encampment is. You decide to try and sneak in. You sneak in between the palisades, and we roll the stealth check, the group stealth check, in which if the majority succeeds, then everyone succeeds, right? And we get a 50-50 roll where 3 people fail and 3 people succeed. And instead of me being the nice DM guy and going with my OG plan, which is like, oh, well, if it's half, then it's a success, right? Because that's how it kind of usually is in D&D. Someone...
Well, that's not majority, though.
Yeah, but like, they'll mostly be changing the rules, so it'll be half or more, right? Instead of just majority, right? But someone else decides, hey, to throw out a great idea, why don't we just put it to a flat D20 roll, you know? We'll see if it's 10 or over, success, or 10 or under, or under 10 is failure. So it's a little skewed towards success, which is kind of in the spirit of 5th edition, you know? But, you know, we'll see what happens. It's also just pure luck, and guess who fucks it up?
Not me.
No, you?
Leto.
Leto fucks it up. Right. He was the guy rolling the dice, right? He was the one. Yeah. He fucked it up bad. He wanted like a 2 or something, like a 3.
I have like plus 3 stealth. I'm not stealth anymore.
But it was flat.
I don't have plus 30 stealth anymore.
Plus fucking 30. Jesus, that was broken. With advantage as well. Yeah, he fucks it. He cocks it. It's dead. And he stumbles and trips onto the ground, and he clatters everything. And he bumps into somebody. He shouts, "Oh fuck!" And the whole encampment is just on fucking patrol. They're alerted. They shout, "Intruder! Intruder!" and Goblin. And they start fucking swarming. And we fight them. And we have the longest fight we've had this whole campaign.
Right? How many turns was that? AK said it was like 10, 15 turns. I don't think it was...
No, it wasn't 10 or 15. It was like 8. But like, because there was so many things, so many creatures, or I guess units, or whatever you want to call them, every turn felt pretty fucking long, right?
Oh, and the 19 AC, that was brutal.
19 AC, high AC this early on is a bit, yeah. Also, you got to rely on your magic casters for that kind of business, you know. Yeah, I want to say it's a consequence of you guys being level 4 and not having access to the stuff that would absolutely destroy these guys, and the fact that they had a relatively high AC. The normal armored goblins, they're actually supposed to have 18 AC, but I lowered it to 16. Ooh. And the unarmored ones, I just had them at 12 AC, right? Because everyone had a shield. That's +2 anyway. So, you know, and everyone was just rolling so fucking terribly. The first 5 turns, I think we got like 2 hits in. Like actually, like
I didn't roll like over 5 for the first like 6 turns.
Yeah, it's such a bad feeling as well when you're low level and you only get to roll once. Because like at least when you're high level, you get to roll twice for 2 attacks. But this, you just roll once. Oh, I miss. I guess it's the end of my turn, right? It's not fun. It really isn't. I understand why the frustration and why it felt like such a slog. Obviously I think there are things I could have done on my end to make it less infuriating, probably have less enemies or maybe lower the AC more, but I think once I get into the combat, I have this self rule where I won't fudge stats. I won't lower the AC just because, right? Because you guys, I mean, at that point you already know the AC, and it's obvious that I'm making things easier to hit, right? I don't think that's a good way to go about it. And I don't fudge rolls either. And I mean, even if I did, I'd get called out on it because I don't have a fucking DM screen, and they're looking at my rolls anyway.
Gotta find it.
I don't know. It's a mixture of bad luck, low level, high AC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I think that's on me, and I think that's on you guys for just being bad at rolling dice. Honestly, get better at rolling dice. Honestly, just get good at that. And I don't want anything like that to happen ever again. To be honest, obviously it will. There's no denying that. But I do want to make a conscious effort to avoid stuff like that. Do you have any sort of suggested solutions to avoid stuff like that?
Well, I think you've stated the obvious. I think the chieftain, the captain AC was probably too high. Like 19 was pretty high. I'd say like even just bump it down to 18, and we probably would have had at least half more hits in, because I think a lot of the near misses were just shy of 19. But yeah, I mean, I just think obviously less AC would probably be fine. Like would probably be the bare minimum that you could do, and it would feel a lot better. Like you probably didn't even need to lower the enemy, right? Or you could have just had one less group of enemies, just a tweak here and there. Or you could have made the first encounter like bigger, and then that would have been the only encounter. Could have done that.
First encounter bigger, like the patrol encounter?
Yeah. And like it was like a big patrol. They had Tom there, they had the sheep along for some reason. Can't think of one at the top of my head. It was a bigger patrol. We attacked the patrol. We don't need to go to the village or wherever. Maybe the village is very far away, so there's no need to go there. We get Tom, and then that's it, right?
Yeah. But for my narrative, that can't happen. Apologies. Haha. It was imperative you guys get to this place and fight the captain, right? Maybe the captain could have been with the patrol or something, but still, I don't know. Yeah, I agree in that I could have lowered the AC. Oh, there's one. I have another gripe. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Specify your target before you roll. Yep. Everybody.
Yep.
Don't forget.
That's fine.
Don't forget that, right? Because if you roll high, you're like, oh shit, I can hit this guy now. Don't do that. No, that's a no.
Yep.
That's a no.
Well, that's obvious. It's obvious, but you just get caught up in the moment. Because I did that for like the last turn.
Yeah, because you just want to roll, right?
Yeah, you just roll, and you just sometimes you think it in your mind, and you think you say it, but you don't.
Yeah.
But that's obvious. That really just goes without saying. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but just a reminder for everyone. Don't forget. Because then you have to re-roll, and that feels like shit if you roll high, or if you roll low, and then you're like, oh, you feel like you did something good. You just don't do that. It saves us a lot of hassle. You know what I mean? Don't do it. But yeah, the encounter comes to an end. Actually, you guys, there's some cool shit that goes on, right? Crag gets to throw his hammer around. Lucian gets to unleash his wings for the first time, and it turns out you guys are traveling with Satan, out of all people. That's crazy.
Satan, the devil.
Yeah. Zeke turns into a bear and fucking mauls the neck of some guy. Krona gets to... What did Krona get to do that fight? I think he did less that fight than he did in the first fight, to be honest. Same with you.
Yeah. I didn't do anything.
You guys were the stars of the first fight, and the second fight you guys were just kind of around. It's fine. Everyone else got a little bit of a spotlight. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did.
Urgrim has massive
Yuri
ACs.
and his fucking plus disadvantage and his ACs. He can't get hit. He can't get hit. Right? If they had a mage, he'd be fucked. But right now, he can't get hit. He can't get hit. That's fucked. He's a 20 AC with disadvantage on every hit. I don't know how long that fucking whatever spell that was lasted. I need to talk to him about this stuff actually, but we'll get to it. But yeah, he popped off that fight. There's such a stark difference between the guy who sleeps with his nuts out to the sword wielding, epic dodging, high AC guy with his sword and slashing everything. I don't know. When I think about it, I'm like, this is a strange character, and I love it. You guys released Ingvar. Ingvar, yes. And he's a Loxodon hunter who came here to see what was up. And he was also the guy that the Edens were talking about, the guy with the bow who was going to promise to bring Tom Tom back. And he tried his best, but he got caught. And after you murder the captain, you guys read his orders, right? And he has these goblin orders from Warlord Zagror, I believe his name was, from the Grave Lake Legion, right? And his orders are to stir up trouble in the nearby towns, and because the Blight Heiress commands it, or something along those lines, right? So there's a connection to the main sort of story going on here, obviously. And there is also the Hobgoblin Prisoners, right? And this is, I didn't actually expect, when I planned this out, I didn't expect this to be a dilemma for Crag, because I honestly forgot about the whole, I wasn't incorporating the whole slave thing into when I was creating this encounter, right? This social encounter. But yeah, Crag has this mental dilemma, right? Where he hates slavers, right? Slavers are bad. He murders every slaver he sees, right? But also, these guys are slaves that were slavers, and they're a part of a slaver thing. So, like, I mean, what do you do, huh? What do you do? Do I kill them? I mean, 3 of them are kids, and one of them is just like a woman who's trying to protect the kids. Like, what do I do? Am I a bad person? Do I murder slaves indiscriminately, or is there some leeway here, right?
You kill them for the thought crime, for the crime they're gonna commit.
Yeah, it's like, not
what they've already done.
Do I go against my own convictions here purely because they're slaves too, right? Like, it's honestly a really good dilemma to have, and I didn't plan this at all. And eventually he decides to let him go, but if he sees them again, they're dead meat, you know? Which is commendable. It's a very good way to develop his character and see where it's going, honestly. I didn't expect it to happen, but it happened great. It was good. You know?
I have a gripe. I got a little bomb.
Oh, let's go.
I'm about to shoot it.
Go, shoot.
This campaign, we all agreed was going to be of a lighter tone than Axia, right? Besides the slave stuff, which is already pretty heavy, we've kind of worked around that so it fits. But it is still like, we still treat that without levity, right? It's still a serious topic.
Obviously,
about ideals and stuff like that. But outside of that, it's normally pretty good. But there was something after this encounter we saw, which just like, again, it felt like a very early Axia thing to happen, because there was this tent. It was a very lavish tent. It was like a red tent with like velvet or silk or whatever it was, and Leto was like, "Oh, finally, a tent that suits me. I'm gonna take that tent." But then a couple of us look in, and we find that there are some corpses there, some corpses of female hobgoblins with their ears cut off. Well, one of the ears cut off, and it's very, although it's not direct, it's very implicit about what happened here, right? Captain's not a good guy. And I thought, that's a bit too much for what we were going for in this campaign. Yeah, it's a bit too much.
Interesting.
Because we did that. We did almost the exact same thing, although it was like up front the last time, like 3 years ago in Axia. We went to the Orc camp and we saw that thing. That was happening right there. But this is like very implicit, right?
Yes.
And I thought, probably not for this campaign. If it's going to be of a lighter tone, you know, I thought it was too much. In my honest opinion, take that bomb. Pachoom.
Okay. I see where you come from. Okay. Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. Yeah. Okay.
And I know Matt doesn't like that thing, and if he was there, he would probably wouldn't feel too comfortable with that either. So
really,
about other people as well.
I don't recall him ever voicing that.
He did a couple times. I remember like session 0, like, you know, he vehemently said like, I'm not comfortable with any sort of
Yeah, and I
content.
explicitly said it will never be on screen, right? And if I
Yeah,
ever do it, it'll be implied.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think in this context, I wanted him to be a generically don't feel bad for killing this guy type deal, right? Right? This is a moral decision. I mean, this is the correct moral decision to make, right? Unlike just discriminately killing the Eden or something, right? Where this guy's a bad guy. You can kill him. It's fine. Look, he did bad things. Look at that. Oh no, generic bad guy, villain, right? And
he was
maybe
already bad.
There was
they
no.
were already collectively bad because they had slaves. That made them bad. You know, that was enough. That was enough, right? And we weren't feeling bad for them anyway because, I mean, all you had to do was have one guy laugh at us the entire time, and we got mad at him. You know,
that's true.
So you don't have to do that much. You don't have to go to the extent that sort of. Well, you don't have to go in that direction to paint a bad picture about someone. That's what I'm saying.
I sort of put slavery on the same level as that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was just sort of the same thing as them owning slaves, and that maybe personally for me, I'm maybe not as sensitive to that kind of stuff. So I was like, this is fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's implied. There's nothing actually going on. Look, there's some dead bodies in here. This guy is a bad guy, right? You can figure out whatever you want from that sort of situation. The implication is there, obviously. But obviously I'm not going to say, hey, look, this man was, yeah, you know? So I think that's probably where I think that's definitely where the line ends, right? That's the as extreme as it gets for me for this campaign. I think it's definitely a discussion we should have again. Yeah, maybe I did lean back
it's different for
mindset.
It's different for everyone, you know. Even though slavery is terrible, it's horrific. Slavery, right?
Yeah.
But again, you said it's the same level. You know, it's about like it's the same weight, but other people might not see it as the same.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I understand there are differences in how people see things.
Yeah.
Obviously, if people have problems with this kind of stuff, we're just never going to do it ever again.
And I think
it's easy as that.
I think also it's just like it just felt like we were just slipping back into Axia,
the old mindset,
the old Axia thing.
Yeah.
Because not only was it just very similar tonally, it was just like, no, that's all I was going to say. It was just very similar, like the situation and the tone of, you know, what we saw in there. It just felt all too familiar, and I think if we're trying to make an effort to make it a lighter tone or make it something different from Axia, at least, you know, if not lighter, then different in some way, then let's try not to retread ground.
Okay, I understand that, and I will take that into account when planning future sessions. Okay, all right. I agree with you, actually. I didn't even realize that it was incredibly similar to previous stuff we did until you pointed it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree, actually. It may be too dark of a tone for this. Yes.
Yeah. But you know what? It's a double-edged sword because I say that and we talk about slavery like quite freely. And that's also and I can understand that's also a very dark topic, you know. But as I said before, we don't treat that lightly either. You know, Lewis is a character who was enslaved. He feels very strongly about it. You know, he doesn't joke around with that, right? And Leto, he doesn't joke about it either. He's just saying what he thinks is normal. You know, he's trying to justify his own point of view. In no way are either party making jokes about that. You know, because they're both of their experiences are based off terrible things that happen. You know, their circumstances, whether it's personal or in Leto's case, historical and cultural. You know, it's serious. It's a serious topic. You know, and I'm fine with slavery being in it if we treat it that way, right? You don't make light of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
What's
right.
the party? Let us know if the end of it felt too dark, you know? And we need to keep it light tonally. I think for me, I kind of go back and forth, right? I like the majority of it to be light, but also I want to ground you guys in this world that does have these evils in it, and that it obviously needs these heroes or whatever, these adventurers to, you know, solve these problems, right? There needs to be a believable evil
Yeah.
out there for you guys in order to, you know.
Yeah, and of course you gotta have that. Otherwise it just sort of everything loses its meaning, you know.
Yeah.
So, but there's lines, right?
There's better ways to go about it. There's other ways to go about it.
There's different ways, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. I will take that into account. Definitely take that into account.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fair
And
enough.
then that's where it ends. We're
Yeah.
running low on time, so we're like the combat's gone long enough. It finished. We took them out. Crag has that dilemma, obviously, of the slave woman and the slave hobgoblin and her children, and he thought about it for a little while because they were hobgoblins, and Crag is a racist, and
Okay.
you know they're known for keeping slaves, and he was really thinking like, if I let them go, and I think he asked this of the woman, if I let them go, if I let you go, are you just going to do the same thing as they did to you? You know, that you're just going to enslave other hobgoblins, other people.
And she's like, yeah.
And she didn't say no. She said, yeah, well, it's within our nature, or not. I don't think she said that. That's our culture, you know. That's how we do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like,
okay.
Fuck. Okay. I mean, you know what? I don't want to kill kids today, so I'll let you go.
Yeah, I think maybe even that's too dark, right? The whole.
Yeah, that's the kids thing, right? We're
Yeah,
going back to kids. It's always a kid. It's always the kids. Why is it always a kid, man? God.
I mean,
damn.
the kids weren't there because there wasn't supposed to be an option where you fucking you might kill them. No, I didn't put them there for that.
Of course you didn't put them there, but there's kids. Why is it always a kid? Why are they always there, man? Get rid of kids.
The kids were there.
Make
to
them not
humanize
exist.
The goblin, okay.
No more kids in campaign 2. No more kids.
I look. There was no intention for these kids to, for any scenario where you guys might literally have to fucking kill children. By the way,
that's the silver lining. But you know, you have a very motivated character to end slavery, and they just happen to belong to a race that's known for slavery. You got a problem.
Yeah, look, I didn't.
Yeah, you'd be thankful for Lewis for not
for
thinking on his conscience, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't kill you, so I didn't think he was gonna kill them either, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you know, yeah, they were there to humanize the hobgoblin, right? Mm-hmm. They were there to humanize.
They were a device. You used those kids.
Kids are just a plot device. You heard it here first. No, it's fucked up.
I mean, you think about it.
Yeah, they are.
These past 2 campaigns, they are. They are.
Look, there was one major character who was a child at some point, right? Yeah, the Lucius. You know, you remember Lucius? Yeah, yeah.
And he was dead weight. Good, he's gone.
Oh,
Good
okay.
riddance.
Yeah, we hate kids here. That's why we fucking kill them, apparently.
No more kids.
Oh, Jesus.
No more kids.
Oh, Lord. Okay, yeah, we need... I will definitely take some introspection on the campaign tone again, because maybe I am falling back into it. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And that's where the session ends. That's where the session ends. I think overall, good session. Good session.
Okay.
Few hitches, but that's okay. It's a beta session. It's beta session.
Not as matters anyway, right? Because beta session.
Beta session. And the reason we have this podcast is to, you know, it's like a big debrief, to be honest. It's like a big debrief of what goes on, you know?
Yeah, it's our thoughts on what happens and what we could improve upon. Mm-hmm. Do you think the podcast has had a overall positive effect on our campaigns?
We wouldn't have campaign 2 if we didn't have the podcast. The idea for campaign 2 came from the podcast.
That's true. Is that a positive effect?
Yeah, I think it has. I definitely think it has. I mean, that's obvious. You need to answer that. You knew the answer before you even asked the question.
I knew the answer, but I want to talk about it, obviously.
Yeah,
I think
it has. It has. To answer your question that you just asked,
Yeah.
it has.
We asked the
wouldn't have-
tough questions here so they can answer it over there.
We wouldn't have had Campaign 2 without the podcast. And Campaign 2, for the most part, has been a big improvement from Campaign 1. There's
I
been
think
a
so as
full
well. Yeah.
rework, overhaul, reiteration of how we play D&D. And it's good. It's good. And who's to be thankful for us? Us. Our Kingdom podcast.
Wow.
We are responsible
Taking
for
credit. Let's go.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Bow down, like you should to Grandpa. You know.
Credit, royalties, payment.
Yes.
Give me profits.
Yes. Are we also the cause for monthly sessions?
No.
Huh?
No.
No. We're 1/3 of this whole thing.
Can I just
seven of
can I
us.
brag a little bit? I
Okay.
have not missed a single main campaign session, ever. Neither have you.
Ever? I mean,
Ever.
well, I can't. But yeah, I get it. Yeah. Really, ever?
Ever. Never.
Ever?
Never.
Ever? Never ever? Oh, that was that one
Never.
time you baited us by saying you weren't coming, and then you knocked on my fucking door.
But that was there.
I remember that time. I remember that.
I remember seeing. I was walking. I was on the way. Like I was walking when you were calling me. Oh no, I was in the car, just outside.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, where you at? And I'm like, sorry, can't come. And I didn't say why. I just ended the call, right? And I
Yeah.
walked up to your house, and the door was open, but the fly screen was closed. And I looked in, and you're all just sitting there, like just looking at the table,
Yeah,
just
what do we do
silent.
now?
No one's saying anything. And then I knocked, and you're like, oh,
This
God,
motherfucker.
he's there.
God damn it. Hey, you got us. You got us. Okay, you got us. That one
Yeah.
time.
That was 3 years ago.
Yeah, good on you.
Back
huh?
back when it was just the original 3.
Weekly sessions for 7 hours.
For 7 hours. Damn.
God.
Good times. Good times.
Great times.
Anyway, let's not reminisce too much because we
Yeah,
don't have
because
that
there's great
anymore.
potential here as well. I think.
And we don't have that anymore. So there's no
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, we could if everyone just stopped having lives, you know, just drop everything else, you know, stop working, stop your
D&D.
loved ones. You don't have any loved ones anymore.
All
Don't worry
day.
about them.
Every day. Every day D&D.
Every day. We'll run 7 campaigns at once because there's 7 of us, and then 1 day for each week. I mean, one day, one session for each day.
Oh my God, that would
In a
be
week,
like...
you know?
It would be a job. It would be like going to work.
It would.
I gotta
It
go D&D 9 to 5.
Holy fuck.
7
no way.
days a week. And also you don't get breaks because there's 7 campaigns.
The breaks are when you're not DMing.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh.
hey, we finished this Sage's Brew, huh? How many have you gone through? How many have you had?
It's pretty good. I think I've had like 5 pints.
Oh, you're gonna be shitting out wizards tomorrow or something. I don't know.
Wizards. Oh man.
Literal wizards, yeah. That's how
You
they
know
get
what? This
you.
place ain't too bad. You know, I like the atmosphere. It's not too crowded in here. It's a bit
Yeah.
dingy. It's
Yeah.
a bit damp. It's a
Yeah.
bit smelly.
Hey,
The service was not too
hey,
good.
hey, I like this place, okay? The bartender, he likes me, okay?
I think the only good thing about it was the Sage's Brew, to be honest, and that there weren't too many people. But I think I know why there aren't too many people here right now. All right.
Yeah, because you're so loud. It's so loud. You
All right.
scare everyone
Next
else.
time we go to an inn, I'm gonna pick the spot. Okay. I know
Hey,
a pretty good
this
spot.
was a good spot. This is the good spot.
We could have gone
graduates from
uptown
the
in
academy used
Queensgrove.
to go
We're
to.
in Queensgrove. We could have gone uptown. Why
We're
do we gotta
poor.
go to the College District?
We are poor. We can't
Why do we
afford that
go
kind
to
of tavern.
Sageborough? We could have gone to like the Queen District. You know, the Queen's District. The name is better.
We can't
The
afford
name
the Queen's
speaks
District.
of royalty,
We
regality.
can't. We don't have the bronze, the copper, the silver for that kind of thing. Okay, I don't have a
We
gold
can
to my
make
land.
do. We can make do. We could do some jobs.
Like what, huh? Like hunt boars, like fucking, like Crag and Kronar, huh? They get paid 2 bronze for each boar they
yeah.
get.
Well, they got screwed. They're getting screwed right now. We're better than that. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Okay.
You know, we're professionals. We're professionals. You know, we have magic. We have skills.
Too, huh? Oh wait, do we?
Yeah.
I've just been shitting out blue stuff and calling it magic.
If you were a class, what would you be?
As in me?
Yeah, as a you.
Maybe an artificer.
Artificer?
Yeah.
Is that because you want to be an artificer, or is that what you
No,
think?
because of what I can do and what I do.
What you can do? Yeah. Okay.
What about
I
you?
think I'd be... What?
What about you?
I think I'd be... won't be a bard because I can't play music.
Oh. Ow.
I think I would be like a warlock.
Oh.
A warlock.
Why that?
You know, because like warlocks have like they work on their charisma, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking that like it's bolstered by a dark patron. I shouldn't say evil, a dark patron. Right?
Do you secretly worship Satan or what?
Yeah, I'm like I've got a dark side, you know. I've got a dark
God,
side.
He edgy. He Batman, huh? Vengeance.
Yeah, vengeance.
Yeah. I'm vengeance. All right. Yo, we gotta get out of this. We gotta get out of this tavern.
Now you say we gotta get out. Okay.
I finished my drink. I said goodbye to the bartender. I'm ready to go. Okay, we can go visit Queens District and see what's up. But I can't afford anything. Okay, you're gonna have to pay for me.
Again. I paid for the Air D&D back in the Cinder Tusk.
And I told you I'd get you back. Don't worry about it.
When? That was a month ago.
Roll in, I will be paying for everything. Don't worry about it.
Royalties? From what?
Yeah, you don't think I've been secretly recording these conversations?
What? On the crystal, right there.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't.
I mean, it's obvious, right? You just put it right in the middle of the table and you say, I'm recording it. Of
Oh.
course I know you're recording it.
I mean, you don't know where I'm uploading it, you know? You don't know where I'm putting it, huh?
You're putting it on the crystal net.
The crystal.
Yeah, the crystal net.
Crystal net. Yeah. You're right. The crystal net. Once we become huge, they're gonna pay me by the
What
gold.
about me? What
By the
about me?
platinum.
I'm also a part of this. Where's my royalties?
Yeah, that's why I pay for you everything. You know, they come to me and then I have to pay for you. You know, because I upload.
But
them.
I've been paying everything and I haven't seen a single copper of this crystal royalty. This crystal.
Look,
What's it called? What's it called? It's probably called like nearby towns or something. Some dumbass name.
Close proximity villages. Yeah, that's right. That's
the village next door or something, you know?
Yeah. The girl from the village next door. Yeah. I love that podcast.
I better see some royalties out of this. All right. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm gonna get my.
Well, when we record again in another month.
In another month.
In another month.
Where are we going to
have your
from
money.
Here? Where are we going to from here?
Well, we're gonna follow the party. We'll see where they go, and then we
follow the party. We got here before them. They've been dead for 1 month.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll see where their adventures take them, and then we'll camp by nearby. We'll take out our little binoculars and we'll watch them from afar.
What if they see us?
They won't see us.
They will see us. They'll definitely see us.
Their perception's ass. I've seen their stats.
That's true, actually. That's true.
Yeah,
but one of them's a hunter. Isn't Zeke like a druid hunter?
He's too busy hugging trees. He won't see us. Yeah. He can't even tend to a bird yet.
You know what? If Crag sees us, we're done for. Because he'll
I don't own a slave. Do you own a slave?
I don't know, but he's not stable. He's not right. He's got a few screws loose.
I don't know. I'm afraid to like eat shit like that one laughing guy did. Like literally.
Yeah.
That was that's such a bad way to die. That'd be the worst way to die, honestly. Choking on shit and dying.
Yeah. He's got shit pots, man. He's got shit pots.
Damn. No, I don't want to die like that. Alright, we keep our distance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay. Fine.
Alright. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm leaving. You got me though, right? Yeah.
Fine.
Thank you. Look, once my royalties come, we'll be good. Don't worry about it. Right.
Our royalties. I want some of that. I want some of that. Okay, I want some of it.
Yeah.
You just get out of here. Get out the door. Come on.
Let's go.